Tonight on PS News, updates on Exxon, Chevron acquisitions, settlements between Tinder and Google, local Plattsburgh news, as well as your weather, entertainment, and sports. Stay with us. Good evening, I'm Alex Duval.
And I'm Jonah Baker-Flora. Our top story tonight. Samuel Adams is bringing back its ultra-strong beer Utopias. The drink is so strong, it cannot be sold in 15 states. With an alcohol level of 28% ABV, experts say it tastes more like the cognac or the port than the beer. A beer. Utopias are meant to be consumed in small servings at room temperature. Sam Adams released the beer in 2001. Now the new batch drops every 2 years. The Extreme Barrel-Aged beer has a suggested retail price of $240 per 24.5-ounce bottle. You'll be able to get this at especially store liquor stores in the 35 states where it's legal.
About 24 Democrats are demanding federal regulators look into a mega takeovers last month by ExxonMobil and Chevron. The lawmakers wrote a letter to Federal Trade Commission warning the blockbuster deals would likely harm competition. They're also concerned it could raise consumer prices, limit U.S. production, and suppress wages. In October, Exxon reached a deal to buy rival pioneer Natural Resources for $60 billion. Days later, Chevron revealed that plans to buy Hess for $53 billion. Exxon and Chevron are already the two biggest oil companies in the U.S. The FTC has not commented on the request.
Online dating giant Match Group has settled an antitrust lawsuit against Google's App Store. This just comes days before the trial in this case was set to begin. A Match Group, which owns Tinder and Hinge, allegedly Google harmed competition through its app, store terms, and proprietary payment channels. Under the settlement, Google will now support the Match payment channels in addition to its own. Now, Epic Games, the maker of Fortnite, is the sole plaintiff in this antitrust case.
Reporter Matthew Peteresi gives us a student's perspective on meal plan changes on campus.
SUNY Plattsburgh has made a change in meal plan options that is having a drastic impact for on-campus students. Clinton Dining Hall acts as the main dining hall on campus that has continued to be revamped over the past semesters. The dining hall offers a wide range of different stations in an effort to satisfy the taste buds of hungry college students. However, a growing portion of on-campus students refrain from Clinton Dining Hall and prefer the alternative sundowner option.
Usually students, including me, prefer downer over Clinton because Clinton food, sometimes there's not as much of selection, and the food can be sitting there for hours, and sometimes you're just sitting there waiting for your food for a while. But downer, you know what you're getting, and everything is kind of like prepared in front of you, like it's newly made, everything's warm.
The previous default meal plan for on-campus students was referred to as the Anytime Dining Meal Plan that offered students an array of different options that ensured a more than sufficient amount of food for the cost of $2,500 per semester. Plattsburgh this semester has introduced an entirely new default meal plan for on-campus students, referred to as the Cardinal Premium. The plan includes unlimited access to Clinton Dining Hall, 1 meal swipe per hour at Ken Cafe, 12 meal swipes in any retail location per week, and $100 dining dollars for an increased cost of $3,100 per semester.
We pay about $3,100 for a meal plan, which we basically have to because we're a freshman student here. And it is just not what we are paying for.
With the increased popularity of the sundowner, the Supply 12 meal swipes acts as a possible form of payment. However, a meal swipe can only be used on a few pre-selected meal options. If students want a different meal option or a purchase from their selection of snacks and beverages, payment must come from their $100 dining dollars.
I really didn't know anything about it coming in here, and I would end up finding myself using my credit card or dining dollars a lot faster than I should be at Downer because they don't offer as much as they did last year.
The lack of a meal plan knowledge and flexibility with the Cardinal Premium meal plan has proven to be a tough adjustment for new students. Reporting in Plattsburgh for PSTV News, I'm Matthew Federesi.
There is now a way to have a chat with our president in Yeti. An informational atmosphere. PSTV reporter Zoe Rice shows us how.
SUNY Plattsburgh put together a new event for faculty, staff, and students to come together. President Yeti is hosting a new opportunity to connect with him and other leadership members on a different level. On Wednesday, October 25th, he hosted Pizza with the President in Bergey's Den in the ACC for faculty, staff, and students.
So we hold these events every month at the end of the final week of the month, and it's primarily designed to bring people together in a community.
SUNY Plattsburgh senior Natalie Pryan attended the event with some of her friends.
It's giving students the opportunity to meet new people that they wouldn't in their classes and make new connections. It's a great way to meet people in leadership roles in our school and make connections with them.
The goal of having an event like this is to give students and staff a sense of community.
I get opportunities to hear folks' reasons why they came to SUNY Plattsburgh, what they would like to see changed. I've been asked by one person, can we get a pool? And they asked another question, why do I like being the president? Just informal, enjoyable conversation here.
These events will be held on the last Wednesday of each month. The next Pizza with the President for this fall will be held on Wednesday, November 29th after Thanksgiving break. President Yeti and leadership staff encourage everyone to stop by.
In Plattsburgh at Bergey's Den for PSTV, I'm Zoe Rice.
PSTV reporter Garrett Jones gives us a preview of the men's basketball season.
Men's basketball season at SUNY Plattsburgh is right around the corner, and head coach Mike Blaine and the boys are revved up and ready for the new season.
We're very, very excited for the upcoming season. We've got a great group of young men that are working really, really hard. I'm as excited as I've been in my tenure here at Plattsburgh to see what we have to offer.
The team took a step in the right direction last season, winning 8 more games than the previous year. Coach Blaine plans on carrying over last season's success into the new year ahead.
We felt like we made a step forward last year, but we want to make sure that we continue to take those positive steps forward. We want to make sure that we're getting ourselves into the SUNYAC playoffs and continuing to raise the expectations, raise the performance in the program. Every piece of everything that we're doing plays a part in achieving our ultimate goals. And so as we've seen returning guys step up in those leadership roles and recognize the importance of each small thing that we do, we're confident that that's going to show.
Senior and captain Willard Anderson Jr. has high expectations for the team this year as well.
SUNYAC playoffs, I expect us to get to the playoffs this year. We haven't got there for a while. I'm expecting us to turn it up. We was almost there last year, so now I expect us to take that step.
Anderson believes that over the last 3 years he has developed tremendously and is ready to impart his knowledge and work ethic into the younger guys.
I feel like they flow off of how I act. So if I have energy and it's a domino effect. So they're looking at me because I was here last year, me, Frank, Kev. So now the people that came in, they're looking more towards us. So now we just gotta lead by example, basically.
Anderson has one goal in mind for his final season as a Cardinal.
Get to the playoffs, win and get to the playoffs, that's it.
In Memorial Hall for PS News, I'm Garrett Jones.
Many students struggle with writing. Reporter Matthew Gaston showcases some of the resources on campus to make writing a little easier.
I'm here just outside the Learning Center, where they hosted the National Day of Writing on Friday, October 20th. There were multiple workshops, and it ended with Drop Everything and Write. One of the workshops hosted on the National Day on Writing was the Research Writing Workshop, led by Regan Levitt. Her goal was to help students incorporate different ways to use research in their writings. Ms. Levitt found her passion for writing while she was back in college.
When I was an undergraduate, I had a really formative experience being a writing center consultant and a writing tutor as an undergrad. And I loved that work, and it was really exciting. I loved working one-on-one with writers and being able to help people succeed and improve their writing.
When writing any research paper, Ms. Levitt says that how you use the information you gather and what you convey on your paper is more important than anything else.
How you interact with research and you show your instructor that you understand it, which is really important in this day and age, because we have so much information being thrown at us, more than our brains can handle, and you need to know how to process that, critique it, and be able to put it in your own words so you can understand it.
Ms. Levitt wanted to remind students that anyone who needs help with writing are more than welcome to schedule an appointment with a tutor, especially with finals approaching. Reporting for PS News, I'm Matt Gaston.
Here's Liam Sample with the news on a new art exhibit in City Hall.
Plattsburgh City Hall is located on Durkee Street and is home to the mayor, city clerk, and now a new art exhibit which holds pieces all from the SUNY Plattsburgh Art Museum. Located directly in front of the front doors of City Hall in the old council chambers, the exhibit holds a multitude of art pieces, all made by former students. According to the city's community engagement coordinator, Courtney Meisenheimer, the room was formerly filled with a mismatch of pictures across the wall. The process of establishing the exhibit began at the start of the summer.
Yeah, I was the sort of project coordinator on the city side, reached out to Tanya Cribb, Walter Early, the art museum at SUNY Plattsburgh, and just sort of pitched the idea of bringing some of the student art from the President's Collection into City Hall. And hopefully people see this, maybe they come in to get a birth certificate or they pay their utility bill, but they end up wandering into that room and then they find themselves in the art museum and kind of recognize that there's this really great resource right here in our own community.
Plattsburgh art staff came to put in the exhibit, one of which is the SUNY Plattsburgh Art Museum preparator, Walter Early.
Like I said, focused on artwork made by students that came through the program. We also wanted to select work, not all of it, but we tried to get work that was connected to Plattsburgh or the surrounding area. So if you go through, you'll see like the train station is represented, Ausable Chasm, the lake, obviously. So I think that was fun to kind of see how students have drawn inspiration from the town. And it's not always some of those people that are there are still in the area and still active. They're still making artwork, which is great.
The exhibit was installed at the start of the semester, right at the time of the Battle of Plattsburgh ceremonies. During that weekend, President Enyetti and his wife were able to stop by and see the exhibit. According to Meisenheimer, the response from the community has been positive.
We had a couple folks reach out just saying, this is really nice, thank you for doing this. We posted about it on our social media pages and people were happy to know that that's happening. So can't be upset about good art in public places, so it's been good.
Meisenheimer encourages SUNY Plattsburgh students to come stop by into City Hall and see the exhibit.
So if students are downtown, like grabbing a coffee at the coffee shop, studying, come down to City Hall, come check out the exhibit. It's always nice to just find ways to get students to be out in our community more, and we welcome them. So.
The art exhibition is open 8 to 4 Monday through Friday and is open to the public. Reporting for PSTV at City Hall, I'm Liam Sample.
Now after a break, a look at your weather. Stay with us.
Ready.
Welcome back, Plattsburgh. I'm meteorologist Marcel Gibbs. Here's a look at your local weather map. Now we're seeing lots of 40s, some 30 stragglers, but I only see one, so better than nothing. We got 41 for Owl's Head, 36 for Vermontville. Couldn't get to the cut. 40 for Dannemora, 43 for Ausable Forks. We got 45 for Plattsburgh, 44 for St. Albans City, and 45 for Wilson. Now let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. Lots of sun, lots of clouds as well, but at least it's sun. I'll take it. So we got 53 for Friday. Some sun, some clouds, but the temperature is higher than normal, so it's better than nothing. We got 50 for Saturday. We got a dip in temperature by 3 degrees. The sun stays, and so does the clouds. Maybe more clouds than sun. I'll leave that up for you to decide. We got Sunday, temperature 46. There's probably barely any sun. This graphic lying to you, truly. We got 46 as well for Monday. For both of these days, I am probably staying indoors. The clouds are still here, and the sun, I wish I knew. And then for Tuesday, my worst weather, rain, and the temperature somehow goes up in that. But regardless of the fact, wear your raincoats, because I don't know how much is going to come out, but it's going to be enough to drench you. Now that's all I have for weather. Back to the desk with your entertainment news. Stay with us.
Daytime Emmy-winning soap opera star Tyler Christopher has died at the age of 50. This is him back in 2004 when he was 20. His representative said he died Tuesday morning. Christopher's General Hospital co-star Maurice Bernard said on social media he died after suffering a cardiac event in his San Diego apartment. He said Christopher was an advocate for better mental health and substance abuse treatment, and has openly talked about his struggles with bipolar depression and alcohol. Christopher portrayed Nicholas Cassadine in General Hospital on and off from 1996 to 2016. And he played the part of Stefan DiMera on The Days of Our Lives in 2018 and 2019. Over his career, he was nominated for 5 Daytime Emmy Awards, winning 2 of them.
A settlement agreement has been reached in the estate of lead singer Lisa Mary Presley. It comes after a petition was filed in January by the singer's mother, Priscilla Presley, the questioning of the validity of her daughter's will. On Monday, a Los Angeles judge approved the settlement, ending a long dispute between Lisa's mother and her eldest daughter, actress Riley Cano. Details in the agreement were not made in public. According to the previous court filings, Priscilla will receive a one-time payment of $1 million in exchange for the resignation as trustee of a fiduciary identity created by Lisa in 1993. The late singer's mother will also receive $100,000 annually. The $1 million payout will come from Lisa Marie's $25 million life insurance policy, which her 3 daughters and half-brothers are beneficiaries of. Lisa Mary Presley died in January after being hospitalized in apparent cardiac arrest at her California home. She was 54 years old and the only child of the late rock and roll legend Elvis Presley.
New Kids on the Block are going step by step back in time this summer. Donnie Wahlberg, Joey McIntyre, Jonathan Knight, Jordan Knight, and Danny Wood have announced the Magic Summer 2024 tour. It's a nod to their second ever tour in 1990. This time around, they are bringing special guests Paula Abdul and DJ Jazzy Jeff. The tour runs 3 months, starting June 14th in Ohio. Pre-sale begins Wednesday.
I feel like Barbie has done it again with the Ken doll now. The Ken energy is strong with this doll. Mattel has released a new Ken that is just not Ken, that got stuck in my head in the music. He designed Ryan Gosling's much-loved character in the Barbie movie. Ken is wearing the now legendary I Am Knuff with sweatshirt, sweatpants, headband, and horse charm. Orders are made to order on sale at the MattelCreations.com. Ken's Mojo Dojo Casa House is not included.
A possible deal is on the horizon to end the actors' strike. SAG-AFTRA, the union representing more than 150,000 actors and major studios, have made significant progress in negotiating sessions. According to people familiar with the matter, both sides have reached tentative understandings on key components of a potential deal. They say an agreement could be reached as early as this week or next week. Actors have been on strike for more than 100 days, pushing back film and television schedules. The use of artificial intelligence has been a sticking point during negotiations. It was also a concern during the writer's strike, which ended in September.
Well, that's all for your entertainment news. After the break, we'll toss it back to Alex Duval for your Cardinal Sports Update. Stay with us.
Botany Club is a group of students who enjoy learning about and experiencing the natural world, especially plants, through various activities, trips, and service projects. If you're interested in joining Botany Club, please join us at Hudson Hall on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. And for more information, reach out to us on Instagram at Botanical Society SUNY Platts. Hope to see you there.
Thank you, Jonah Baker-Flora. Now let's get right into it. Your third-seeded Plattsburgh State women's soccer team concluded their 2023 campaign on Saturday in the SUNYAC tournament first round against sixth-seeded Geneseo Knights, losing 4-0. For Plattsburgh, sophomore Alexis Patrick led the way with 2 shots and 1 on goal. Junior goalie Lauren Haley made 5 saves and finished her season with a 6-4-5 record in goal. Plattsburgh State will end its 2023 campaign at 7-5-5. Congrats on a great season, and we look forward to more excitement in 2024. That's all for your Cardinal Sports Update, and now back to Jonah and myself back at the desk.
Alrighty, that's all we have for PS News tonight.
Thanks for joining us. Make sure to follow us on our social media to stay up to date and tune in tomorrow for more. Good night, Plattsburgh.